Lab rat. Mike had spent the past year working as the night janitor at Janitrix Labs. The job was easy. Clean up, keep his head down, don't ask questions. The scientists who worked there were cold, secretive, always lost in their work. He didn't know exactly what went on in the facility, just that it involved lab equipment and experiments he wasn't allowed to know about. But tonight felt different. More scientists than usual were in the building, their faces tense and urgent. He watched as they gathered by the elevator that led to the restricted lower levels. Among them, a man held a small cage. Mike squinted. Inside, a rat twitched, its tiny pink nose pressing against the bars. Then with a soft ding, the elevator doors shut, and they were gone. Mike shrugged it off and got back to work. An hour passed. He was finishing up, ready to leave, when a thunderous boom rocked the building. The floor trembled beneath his feet, sending a mop bucket toppling over. Then, darkness. The lights went out. A shrill alarm blared through the facility. Mike froze. His gut twisted. Something had happened down in the lower levels. Something bad. For a long moment, he just stood there listening. Silence. Then faint, distant screams. He was standing in the middle of the hallway. Behind him was the exit. In front of him, the elevator. On either side, darkened lab rooms with nothing but black voids behind their windows. A cold unease crept up his spine. He turned toward the exit, pulling out his phone. His hands shook as he dialed 911. Then, ding, the elevator. Mike's breath caught as he slowly turned. The red light above the elevator blinked green. The doors slid open. A pale green mist unfurled into the hallway, curling along the floor like grasping fingers. Within the fog, a silhouette, tall, still, watching. Mike swallowed. His voice came out weaker than he intended. Hello? Are you okay? The figure twitched, its head cocked sharply to the right, an unnatural, jerking motion. Mike's stomach dropped. Something was wrong. The figure stepped forward, emerging from the mist. His breath hitched. It had fur, a long whip-like tail, a snout, pointed ears. It's a rat, Mike thought to himself. But not just any rat. This thing stood nearly 7 feet tall, its body a grotesque mix of human and rodent. Its fur was matted, wet with something dark. Blood dripped from its jagged yellow teeth. Mike took a step back, his chest rising and falling in quick, shallow breaths. He turned toward the exit. He was close, only 3 doors away. He looked back. The creature was staring now, its head tilted in an unnatural, unsettling way. Then, without warning, it dropped to all fours. Mike's heart slammed against his ribs. The thing moved, not in a straight line, but in a twisted, crisscrossing pattern, darting from doorway to doorway, staying just beyond the light, its silhouette flickering in and out of view. Tap, tap, tap. Its claws clicked against the tile. Mike backed up, faster now, keeping his eyes locked on the shifting darkness ahead. The chase was slow, agonizing, like the creature was toying with him. His back hit something solid. He gasped, twisting around. The door. Hands fumbling, he yanked his key card from his pocket and swiped it against the scanner. Ding! Red light. Access denied. His breath came in ragged gasps. He swiped again. Ding! Red light. Access denied. No, no, no! Come on! Beyond the glass, his car sat untouched in the empty parking lot. So close. Then silence. The clicking footsteps stopped. A wet, sucking noise filled the space behind him. A heavy, guttural breathing. Mike turned his head. The creature loomed over him, its massive frame bathed in the moonlight. Its black, soulless eyes locked onto his. For a moment, time stretched. Then, a shriek. Piercing, inhuman. The last thing Mike saw were blood-stained teeth as the creature lunged. The building echoed with the sounds of ripping flesh and the frenzied, ear-splitting squeals of a failed experiment that should have never existed. Did you like this story? If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and follow for more.